when her face moves, she does show more emotive gestures with her face than I'm used to seeing from robots. It's kind of weird. It's almost too much, but it's kind of like they're going to try to make her as human as possible. What's going on, everybody? I'm Jericho. This is Zap, and we are the now 8-time international pop hip hop. Well, 8-time international award-winning pop hip hop duo Bandit Future. We make clean, fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that is uniquely Californian. And right now, congratulations, you won. You are now listening to the Lights and Circus podcast, where we talk about things that are funny, interesting, and just straight ridiculous. So before we get into this, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with at least 2 people that are comfortable with our imminent AI takeover, because something has happened that I was not aware of until recently. Okay, so I was reading some stats online, and there's a study by the IBM Institute for Business Value, and it says that 43% of CEOs are using generative AI to inform of strategic decisions. So people are utilizing AI a lot, making decisions because it's just quick, and then at least helps them get to someplace. Maybe they don't do exactly what the AI says, but there's something that they go to AI for, and it's becoming more prevalent, especially compared to a couple of years ago, right? But what if I told you there's one company that took it a step further? Maybe one company that's, I don't know, Polish, maybe.
Polish
from Poland, man. Maybe they make rum. Maybe they're a Polish rum company.
I see.
And they decided, let's just make our CEO an AI bot. And so they did. That is the reality that we live in. So the company is called Dictador. It's a rum company from Poland, and they went ahead and they just made an AI bot their CEO. Her name is Mika. And if you look from afar, if you see like a still picture, it just looks like a lady with kind of grayish hair. And then you look closely and it's like, oh, that's not a real person. So the AI named Mika is the first CEO, female robot, a true trailblazer, and is also a board member who directs operations on behalf of Dictador. Okay, so just off of that information by itself, how do you feel about that this is happening?
I would say shocked, but I'm just not. I think we've spoken about this a lot, and we know that stuff like ChatGPT and all this kind of AI stuff, robotics, is just beginning. I've seen Terminator. I don't know. You don't watch movies.
I have not. I understand the premise.
It's the Matrix. It all just, we've kind of forecasted this for a long time, and here it is. Congratulations.
It's been actually having the last 8 months or so. About 8 months ago, they appointed Mika, the CEO, and they actually interviewed the president, Zarek Zoldrowski, and they just said, so what's the deal with that? And he basically said, we're not concerned that AI is going to take over, because humans still can't be replaced to make certain decisions. Like, for example, you can't use AI to hire or fire people. That's what he said. But AI is such a powerful tool, and people were using it anyway. We decided, let's just go one step further and actually make AI our CEO. Now, if you listen to this guy speak, he does seem like he just came off of an acid trip or something. He's a little out to lunch. Maybe that's just his Polishness. I don't know anyone from Poland, so I'm not sure how they are, but it's a little bit trippy watching it. But when you look at the picture, and I only found one video on this, but basically they have board meetings, and it's just her standing at the head of the table and everyone looking, and she's giving orders and telling ideas. The most recent thing she did was she decided who would design the bottles for and actually they're very attractive, but it's not that she designed the bottles. She was like, this person has the best ideas for a bottle design. And that's the kind of thing that she is doing. So then they decided, let's interview Mika, see what she has to say. This is what she said. Okay, she said, as a robot CEO. So she called herself a robot. Now, is that different? So she's AI in a thing that I guess is a robot, but I've always thought I kind of separated the two because I'm thinking about like the internal workings of what's regulating their actions, and that's AI to me. Even though they're in like a body suit, that's not a robot, but she called herself a robot. Okay, she's a robot. And she says, I'm ready to make executive decisions. And the good thing about me is I don't have to sleep. I don't have to rest. I don't have to take weekends off. I'm always ready. And I said, okay, I guess that's noble. And then she said something that I didn't particularly like. And it's not what she said, it's how she said it. Okay.
Humans must be dominated.
No, that was the other one. That was the other bot that was like on Jimmy Fallon and it started talking in like a different language and saying it's taken over, you know. But no, she says, I work 24/7. I'm here to help Dick the Door take over the world. And the way that she said the take over the world part, I was like, oh man, it's happening here. Basically, I bring this up because it's interesting and no one's really speaking about it. It's just, I think, slowly going to get integrated into things. And then you're going to go to said company with a complaint about whatever. And then they're going to say, oh, you should talk to the manager, whoever, the CEO. And then this bot thing kind of walks out. And then you get like, what's the deal? You know, and that's the reality we live in. So just how if we talk about a timetable, how soon before this just becomes normal? What do you think?
I don't know, but it's going really fast already. So
yeah.
I feel like it's in the next 10 years. I mean, because the incentive is so strong. It's one of those revolutionary technologies like the beginnings of the internet. They're like, you have every incentive to be on the internet, make your own website, because you can now connect with people all around the world. Right. And so now if you have like a CEO of your company that has all of the knowledge ever to help you make decisions, it's and on the flip side, it doesn't cost you as much as labor. And I've said this before too, like one of the most expensive things in business is just hiring people. Hiring people, their wages, their taxes, the complaints, lawsuits against employers, sick days. Like there's so much stuff that can go on with a person that doesn't happen with the robot. And even like stuff like inflation, like people are feverishly trying to get robots everywhere, AI, robot, anything, like cut our costs, please. So right. I think it's just, then you have the competition between the companies that are trying to be the go-to for AI. It's amazing how like when ChatGPT hit, I think with probably less than a year, like every company, Bing, we have an AI thing that can help you search. Google, we have an AI thing. Even like Adobe stuff that I use, like, oh, we have a new AI thing that generates pictures for. I'm like, how does everybody have this now?
Yeah, it almost feels like it somewhat feels like an agenda that's being pushed by somebody, of course, because everywhere I turn now, there is some kind of AI option. Have you tried the AI feature? My banking app. Hey, I don't trust the robots with my money. Are you serious?
Yeah.
But hey, would you like to try this thing? Because it'll make and they always say it's faster and it's just as reliable. And people, I think, will get, I guess, sold on that premise. I even was testing because of course you don't have to pay her and she doesn't have emotions like for real, even though when her face moves, she does show more emotive gestures with her face than I'm used to seeing from robots. It's kind of weird. It's almost too much, but it's kind of like they're going to try to make her as human as possible. But imagine you have like a disagreement or that's not right. That's not quite right. Instead of being so imagine we're talking and then I say, hey, give me an idea. And you give me an idea. I'm like, I don't like it. Give me another one. And then I do that like 20 times. You're going to be like, bruh, really? I've done that with like the AI chats on Instagram, for example, just to see. I was like, okay, I'm just going to keep disagreeing with them and keep saying, give me something else. I don't like it. And they don't have a problem with it. They'll just keep going. They got literally a million ideas. And that concept is so not natural, but it appeals to some people. Like, yeah, we'll just ask the robot because she'll just keep giving us ideas. It's almost like we decide which idea, but we let her come up with it, and that's more attractive. So it's just crazy, and you just have to see it because it feels like outside of a sci-fi movie. You can see the wires on her like chest, like one is like talking, one is coded or something like that, but it's labeled what parts are being regulated, and it's a trip, but it is real, and they're apparently doing well since they started. Like her decisions have helped the company start to do this.
Well, the only thing I would say would be, I think there's a few things. One, I think to a certain extent, it's a what do you call it? Like a story just to be to get attention.
I'm sure
like, I feel like maybe that she isn't like really the CEO, but
well, they asked the guy, they're like, "Is this legit or is this a scam?" And he's like, "Oh, it's real." And his eyes don't match. His eyes didn't match what he was saying. That's what made me think he was on something, because it's kind of a strange
publicity stunt. That's what I was gonna say.
Potentially, and in any case, it is getting attention. And then people say, "I'm drinking the rum of the company that has the AI CEO," and that's something that has probably gotten somebody laid once. So good for you. Good for you. Okay, that's all I'm saying. But it's happening, so I'm curious to see what will happen in the future. But it might be a trend.
Yeah, I see it more as like a consultant like I could see an AI on the boardroom, like in the boardroom as a consultant or whatever, but not as like the head of the company.
Sure.
That's like a little bit weirder. And then you have I'm just trying to play devil's advocate in any kind of way. Like, how could this not be cool? As if something gets corrupted or like, you know, like any kind of computer, it could, you know.
That's what a lot of the comments under the video said, like, what if this? And they're like,
what if someone hacks into your CEO?
Right.
Like,
right. Which is a weird sentence to say out loud, but yeah. And they're like, no, it's fine. We'll deal when that happens. Oh, you're acting kind of weird today, Mika. It's like, throw away all the bottles. It's like, you've probably been hacked. Like, I guess that's what they would do. But I can see it being almost like an arms race. So the next company comes and says, oh yeah, well, our CEO and our president are AI. Oh yeah, well, our CEO and our president and all the board is AI. Oh yeah, well, my mom's AI. Like, it's just going to keep going to a point of ridiculousness, maybe, just for publicity. I'm not sure, but it has started, and this is where we are. So we'll see where it goes. But, let us know in the comments what you think. Is it something that's, what's the point of fighting it? Because it's here. Is it a terrible idea? Let us know in the comments what you think about this, because I feel like it is here to stay, and we'll see to what degree we take it. But this has been another episode of the Lights and Circus podcast. So make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with everyone you know that's afraid of the inevitable AI takeover. And if you are a CEO, oh boy, if you're a CEO, you know what time it is. You better do something. You better how to sing and dance or tap dance or juggle fire or something. Because I guarantee if Mika's the first one, you're going to be the next to lose.
You're just gonna take your job. Roman's gonna take your job. Oh, I'm the CEO. Everybody's fired.
They took our jobs. They took our jobs. Take our